Hey, what's up guys, it's Theo from Fino Concept, and today we are going to create this particular effect in Adobe Photoshop. Now I got a message from one of my friends asking how I created this for my pre-wedding shot, and he sent me a bunch of images which I have downloaded, the ones I can use. So this is what we are going to create in Adobe Photoshop. Let's get started. Alright, so over here, these are the two images I'm going to use, photo 1 and photo 2. Now I'm going to open them up in Adobe Photoshop, and the second photo, I'll also open it up in Photoshop, like so. Now I'm going to reduce the size using Ctrl Shift and I to something like 2500. You don't necessarily need to do this. I'm doing this because I do not want my computer to slow down because of the screen recording. So you can ignore that part if you have a faster PC. Now the first image, which is this one, I'm actually going to make it more of a horizontal version. As you can see, it's in portrait mode, so I'm going to make it landscape. So all I have to do is just stretch it out to something like this. Now if you're using a newer version of Photoshop, or if you have Photoshop Premium subscription, then you probably have access to generative AI. But if you don't have access to it, that's fine. You can still use your rectangular marquee tool to create a selection around the space you want to fill in, like so. Now once you have your first selection, you can hold down the Shift key to add in more selections, like you can see from here. So once you do that, just right click and go to Content Aware Fill. This should open up a new dialog box. And Photoshop is just going to analyze your scene and just apply in a fill around the background. So as you can see, we have the face selected. That's why we have it showing here. So I'll just take it out briefly and it should vanish from here. Perfect. Now all I can do is apply and click on OK. So once we have this done, I'm just going to merge these two images. So I'll select both layers, right click and go to Merge Layers, or you can use the short key Ctrl E or Ctrl Shift E. So we are going to grab this entire image from here and put it onto this image. But before that, let's create a selection around her arms, right around here. So I'm using the quick selection tool, which is over here. So let's create a selection like so. Again, I keep saying the perfect tool for creating selections is the pen tool, but we've already gone through series of editing tutorials using the pen tool, so you can check a few of them up. Now after the selection, right click and go to Layer via Copy, and I'll explain in a second why we do that. So if I turn this off, you see we just have her hands separately. That is what we want to achieve. So now we can take this entire image and bring it here. So to do that, I'll hold down the Control key and press A. That will highlight everything I have here. Control X to cut it out, and Control W to close this document. I don't want to save. And I'll paste it in here using Control V. So as you can see, we have it in here like this, and I'll just resize to make it fill my space like what we have, like this. I think I should stretch it out a little bit more so that the hands does not cover the face. I think something like this should be just fine. And I'll click on OK, or yeah, OK at the top there. And the next thing to do is create a layer mask for this particular image we just dropped in. So I'll create a layer mask. And we are basically going to brush away certain portions that we do not need. So I'll grab my brush tool, B on your keyboard, and reduce the size to however you see fit. Okay, so something like this is fine. Now you can always use the left and right bracket keys to make it bigger or smaller. And I'm also going to reduce the opacity to about 50% right up here. So all I have to do is just brush in. Now if you brush and you don't see any effect, it's probably because your layer mask is set to a specific color and your foreground color is set to that same color. So as you can see here, my layer mask is white and my foreground color is also white. That's why I can't see anything happening. So I'll just flip my color to black. Now black is going to hide and white is going to reveal. I keep saying this. So I just keep brushing over where I want to take. Do it for right around here. Do it a couple of times because I have my opacity set to 50. Now I'll just brush over the top here too as well. If I want to completely let it go away, I'll set it to 100%, reduce the size, and just make this entire part vanish. So something like this is looking much better. Now there's something I actually want to do. I want to make this size a bit bigger so that I can have his shoulders all at the corners. So let's make this a bit wider. All right, so I'll continue by brushing away. So using the brush tool, just brush away. Let's set this back to 50% so that we can do it slowly and gently. Now, if you want to reveal everything that you are showing, you can always just brush back or change the color from black to white. So black is going to hide. Like if I change it to black right now, you see it's hiding. If I change it to white, you see it is revealing. So basically that's what we want to achieve. So black is going to hide and white is going to reveal. So just use the X key on your keyboard and keep brushing away like how you want to. So I'll keep hiding certain portions here. As you can see, we still have that straight line which I want to get rid of. So I keep brushing until it's gone, or you can set it to 100% and do it all in one go. So this is the effect we are having already, but the idea is to make it blend with the background or the back of a shirt as much as possible. So let me set it to right around 30 and make the brush a bit bigger. So again, you are revealing, you are bringing some parts back, you are taking some portions out. Nope, this part should go away. Now, obviously, you can take it a step further by making these images quite perfect, like taking out all of these bad spots that we have here. You can also just work around curves. So we can go into the adjustment panel and add in curves, which is right here, and play around creating an S curve around this whole thing to make it pop a little bit more. If it's too much, I mean, you can always reduce the opacity, and you can make the background blend in with the shirt as much as possible. If you want to achieve that, a simple or neat way is you can go back to the quick selection tool and click on select subject on this image. Now once you have your selection, again right click and go to layer via copy or via copy. As you can see, we have a cutout of the image itself. Now once you've been able to separate these two, you can work very well on this background image. So what I can do is, again, with this image layer selected, let me call this smaller photo. Hey, I can't spell today. Okay, so with the smaller photo selected, not the cutout, with that one selected, I can go into the curves adjustment panel and make it a bit darker just to make it match what I have here. Now, as you can see, it is affecting the entire image. So what I'll do is I'll create a clipping mask. So I can right click and go to create clipping mask, and that will only affect this particular image. Or you can just hold down the Alt key and just click here, and that is also going to create a clipping mask. So whatever I apply to the curves, as you can see, it is affecting just that image I have in the background, like so. And this makes it blend in a little bit more. So if I turn this off, you can see that's just the cutouts, and this makes it pop much better. So you can try this on your own, and let's see how it goes. And let me know in the comment section below how everything looks afterwards. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to watch more of our videos, hit that subscribe button, and as always, don't forget to share with your family and friends. This is Theo from Fino Concepts, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.